Hello, little dreamers, and welcome to our story time. Tonight, we're going on a magical journey with a boy named Leo. Are you all snuggled in and ready? Great. Let's begin. Leo was a boy with a mind full of fizz and pop, like a soda bottle shaken up all day long. When the moon climbed into the sky and sprinkled sleepy dust over the town, Leo's mind would just wake up. Thoughts of building block towers, chasing butterflies, and what color his socks should be tomorrow would zoom around his head like little race cars. He would toss and turn, his pillow feeling lumpy and his blanket too warm, then too cold. One night, as Leo squeezed his eyes shut, trying to shush his busy brain, a gentle breeze rustled his curtains. It wasn't an ordinary breeze. It smelled sweet, like freshly baked cookies and old, comforting books. A tiny, glowing light, no bigger than a firefly, zipped into his room and danced above his nose. It twinkled and spun, leaving a trail of shimmering gold dust. Leo sat up, his eyes wide with wonder. The little light zoomed out the window, paused and twinkled again, as if to say, "Follow me." Curiosity tugged at Leo's pajamas. He quietly slipped out of bed, tiptoed to the window and climbed out. His feet didn't touch the hard ground. Instead, they landed on a soft, fluffy path made of clouds that glowed in the moonlight. The little light led the way, bouncing ahead like a happy puppy. They floated up past the sleepy rooftops and towards a magnificent building nestled among the stars. It was a library, but not just any library. It was built from moonbeams and starlight, with towers that tickled the bellies of passing comets. A sign carved from a shimmering nebula read, "The Library of Whispering Clouds." Leo had never seen anything so beautiful. The big, arched doors swung open silently, inviting him in. Inside, it was even more magical. The shelves weren't made of wood, but of woven twilight, and they stretched up so high that Leo couldn't see the top. And the books, they didn't have paper pages. Instead, they were glowing orbs of soft light, humming with gentle energy. Some were the color of a sunrise, others the deep blue of a midnight sky, and a few sparkled with all the colors of a rainbow. The air was filled with a soft, lulling hum, a sound that made Leo's shoulders relax and his racing thoughts begin to slow down. An old man with a long white beard that looked like a waterfall of clouds glided over to him. He wore robes woven from starlight, and his eyes twinkled with kindness. "Welcome, Leo," he said, his voice as soft as a whisper. "I am Alara, the librarian of dreams. It seems you have a very busy mind tonight." Leo nodded, feeling a little shy. "It won't be quiet," he mumbled. "It's always thinking and jumping." Alara smiled warmly. "That is the wonder of a curious mind. But even the busiest minds need a place to rest. Here, in the Library of Whispering Clouds, we don't read stories, we listen to them. Each of these orbs holds a quiet tale, a gentle dream, a peaceful thought. They are here to help minds like yours find their hush." Alara floated along a shelf and plucked a small, pearly white orb. It pulsed with a soft, steady light, like a calm heartbeat. "This one is called the Sleepy Stream. Hold it in your hands and just listen." Leo took the orb. It was warm and smooth. He held it up to his ear. He didn't hear words, but he heard the gentle gurgle of a stream flowing over smooth pebbles. He could almost feel the cool water tickling his toes. He saw in his mind little fish with silvery scales darting through the clear water, and green moss growing on the banks. The sound was so peaceful, so steady, it washed over his thoughts, making them smooth and slow, like the pebbles in the stream. After a few moments, Alara took the orb and placed it back on its shelf. "Feeling a little calmer?" he asked. Leo nodded. The race cars in his head had slowed to a gentle crawl. "Let's try another," Alara suggested. He handed Leo a new orb, this one a soft leafy green. This is the Whispering Woods. Leo held the green orb to his ear. He heard the rustle of leaves in a gentle breeze. He could imagine tall, strong trees standing together like old friends. Sunlight dappled through the canopy, making shifting patterns on the forest floor. He heard the distant, soft coo of a sleepy bird, and the quiet hum of the forest itself. It felt safe and protected, like being wrapped in a big, warm hug. The thoughts in his head stopped jumping and sat down quietly, listening to the forest song. Next, Elara gave him a deep blue orb, speckled with tiny silver lights like the night sky. This one is the Star Sailor's Lullaby, the librarian whispered. As Leo listened, he heard a sound like wind chimes made of starlight. It was a beautiful, slow melody that seemed to drift from the constellations themselves. He imagined a little boat sailing on a calm, starry sea, its sail filled with a gentle, cosmic wind. The boat rocked back and forth, a rhythm that made Leo's eyelids feel heavy. The remaining thoughts in his mind snuggled down, getting ready for sleep, lulled by the cosmic tune. Leo was feeling very, very sleepy now. A big yawn escaped his mouth. Elara chuckled softly. It seems your mind has found its quiet place. The librarian guided Leo to a cozy reading nook in the corner of the library. It wasn't a chair, but a big, soft cloud that molded perfectly to his body. Another cloud, even fluffier, floated down to cover him like a blanket. Now, Leo, Elara said kindly, it's time for you to choose your own story for tonight. Leo looked at the thousands of glowing orbs on the shelves. They all looked so beautiful and peaceful. His eyes landed on a small orb glowing with a gentle golden color, the color of his own warm bed lamp at home. He pointed a sleepy finger at it. Elara floated up and brought the orb down. An excellent choice, he said. This is the dreamer's first dream. It's a very special one. Leo held the golden orb in his hands as he snuggled into the cloud nook. He didn't even have to lift it to his ear. The orb's light grew a little brighter, and a warm, peaceful feeling spread from his hands all through his body. He didn't hear a stream or a forest this time. He just felt quiet, a deep, comfortable silence that was full of peace. The race cars in his mind were all parked in their garages, the drivers fast asleep. His thoughts were like soft, sleeping kittens, curled up and dreaming. Leo's breathing became slow and steady. His eyes closed, and a small, happy smile appeared on his face. He had found it. He had found the hush. As he drifted off to sleep, he felt the soft cloud blanket tuck itself more snugly around him. Elara, the kind librarian, watched over him for a moment before placing the golden orb on a small stand next to the cloud nook, where its gentle light could watch over Leo all night. The next morning, Leo woke up in his own bed. The sun was streaming through his window, and birds were singing outside. He stretched his arms and legs, feeling wonderfully rested. He remembered the library of whispering clouds, the kind librarian Elara, and the glowing story orbs. Had it all been a dream? He wasn't sure. But as he looked at his bedside table, he saw a single tiny speck of shimmering gold dust. And that night, when it was time for bed, Leo didn't worry about his busy mind. He just closed his eyes, imagined the gentle hum of the magical library, and let the quiet, peaceful stories carry him off to sleep. He knew that whenever his mind was too full of fizz and pop, the library of whispering clouds would be waiting for him, just to dream away. And so, my little dreamer, remember Leo's secret. When your mind feels too busy, you can visit your own library of clouds. Just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and listen for the quiet stories in your heart. Good night, and sweet dreams. Thanks for listening. We'll have another story for you very soon.